Thanks, Mila. All right, we are ready to roll. Cameron, take it away.
Okay, raise your hand if you know of any traditions that your family usually does for a wedding. Well, the Romans had many different traditions. Some background information was that their parents, a father could already say that their children was going to marry by the age of 7, and some brides were already said to be that were going to be married to someone else when they were already babies. One of my questions was, how did the people dress on the day of the occasion? And I didn't really find much on men, but I did find a bit of women, and I found out that the women would usually wear a white robe-like dress and an orange veil. My thesis statement was, Roman wedding customs are important because our wedding customs are based off them. They tell us how Romans thought about marriage, and it showed how important marriage was for them. One of my questions was, where did Roman marriages take place? And I found out that Roman marriages usually took place at the bride's home. One of my other questions was, at what time of year did they usually marry? And I found out that Romans considered it very lucky to marry the second half of June. So it was really common for people to be married during that time. And I also found out that they would marry at any time of the day. Next. One of my connections to today's world is the engagement ring. Before the wedding, the male would usually offer the woman an engagement ring that she would then wear. In conclusion, Roman marriage customs were important because some of our wedding customs are based off of them. They tell us how the Romans thought about love and marriage, and it tells us how important it was for them. And if Roman marriage customs hadn't really existed, we most likely wouldn't have had the engagement ring. We wouldn't really know how important marriage was for Romans and how they actually felt about it. And here are my citations.
I said, tell us about your costume a little bit.
Well, I used a white type of fabric that's soft, and then I kind of made the dress, and I tried to make it a bit similar to the dress I had in my presentation. Bella?
What type of veil on?
I actually don't know how to put a veil on.
What that represents, like they would wear over their head as they got married.
Yeah. Jasper?
So since the girls wore a veil, so did they have to hide their face? Why did they wear a veil?
And according to my research, I didn't find anything on why they actually wore an orange veil. Quinn?
Did they have like a kiss?
They most likely did, but my research didn't tell me that.
Did they throw rice, like as they were walking down the aisle or after they got married?
Rice?
Sometimes when people get married, they throw rice or.
Yeah.
Will they tie pop cans and like put stuff on their carriage? Just married?
On their car. Just hitched.
Just hitched. So what do you think was like the most important marriage custom out of all the things that you researched that was really important to the Romans?
I think that it was the engagement ring because I think it symbolizes their love. Even though sometimes they would only marry for political reasons.
How old were people when they usually got engaged?
The minimum age for a girl to actually be able to marry was 12, and boys was usually 14. Even though they didn't really marry at that age, they would usually wait until their adulthood, which was like 16 or 17. Bella?
Were they able to like divorce?
Yes. Any more questions? Stuart?
Why was June so important?
My research didn't tell me that. Olivia?
When could they get divorced? Like, do they have to be blessed by someone to be able to get divorced, or could they just do it?
No, my research actually told me that they had to like withdraw something that they had put, but I didn't actually find out what it was.
This is important. Did they have cake?
I don't know. My research didn't tell me.
So, nice job. What do you guys think that impressed you the most about what Cameron did?
Quinn?
Your costume? How you make that?
I like Quinn. I really liked your costume and how you made it.
Present your costume and your presentation.
Jasper?
Well, this is kind of a question. Did you make the dress?
Yes.
You like sewed it together?
Yeah, nice job on that. And not very many other people have done a costume, so I thought that part was creative. Also thought you started off with the original thing, having us raise our hands. You had some interesting facts. And maybe just like showing us how the veil was worn, that would have been really cool. Maybe it was hard to find the research on that. But it was an interesting presentation. You did a good job answering questions at the end. So you are our last presenter of the day. Thanks, Mila, for taking care of that.